Hold on. Before we dive into this absolute bomb coming out of Bahrain, I need to know right now, who's the better driver, Max Verstappen or George Russell? Drop your answer in the comments because what I'm about to reveal is going to shake the entire world of Formula One. The four-time world champion just got the coldest reality check of his career. And folks, this is not what Red Bull fans want to hear. Max Verstappen is unhappy with the 2026 regulation. He's talking about retirement. He's comparing the new car to Formula E on steroids. But here's the part that's going to blow your mind. Red Bull Racing just told him they don't care. Max Verstappen, the most dominant driver of this generation, the guy who won 4 consecutive world championships, just told the world that the 2026 Formula One car doesn't feel like a Formula One car anymore. The man who's been untouchable for years is basically saying this isn't fun anymore. And it goes even deeper. Verstappen has been dropping hints about retirement. Retirement! At 27 years old, the guy has barely scratched the surface of what could be a legendary career. And he already has one foot out the door because these new regulations are killing the joy of racing for him. The 2026 power units are going to be 50% electric. We're talking about 350 kilowatts of electric power compared to the current 120 kilowatts. That's nearly 3 times more electric energy. Drivers will be managing battery levels like they're playing a video game, not attacking corners like gladiators. But here's where this story takes an absolutely brutal turn. Red Bull's technical director, Pierre Wache, just delivered the most savage response I've heard in Formula One in years. And I'm quoting him directly. "My goal is not to make him happy. He's happy when he wins races." Let that sink in. The team that Max Verstappen carried to 4 consecutive Constructors' Championships just told their golden boy that his feelings about the car don't matter. Wache literally said, "My job is simply to make sure he has the tool he needs to fight at the front." That's ruthless. That's Red Bull Racing telling their biggest asset. "We don't care if you enjoy driving the car. We care if you win." Wache went even further. He said, "The regulations themselves and how the drivers feel about them are out of my hands. That's up to the FIA. My focus is simply on making the car competitive." If you're as shocked by this revelation as I am, if this story is giving you chills, smash that like button right now. We're uncovering the real dynamic inside one of the most successful teams in motorsport history. Now let's talk about what's really happening in Bahrain during these preseason tests, because the plot gets even thicker. Max tested the RB22 and clocked a 1 minute 35.341 as his fastest lap, completing 61 laps. And you know what he said? The car felt good, but we're still learning a lot. Sounds promising, right? Wrong! Because Pierre Wache just dropped another bomb. When Toto Wolff from Mercedes suggested that Red Bull was the benchmark team heading into 2026, Wache shut that down immediately. He said, "We are not the benchmark for sure. The top 3 teams, Ferrari, Mercedes, and McLaren, are ahead of us, and we are behind." Wait, what? Red Bull Racing, the team that dominated Formula One over the last 4 years, is admitting they are 4th in the pecking order right now. This is unprecedented, folks. This is a team used to being the hunter admitting they are now the hunted. But Wache is playing this smart. He's saying, it's hard to compare because everyone's run plan, fuel load, and power levels make it complicated to say anything definitive. We're not wasting time on that. We're focused on making our car faster. That's classic Red Bull mind games mixed with brutal honesty. Meanwhile, Verstappen is managing expectations. Whether it will be enough to win races, we don't know. There's still a lot of room for improvement. A lot of room for improvement. Those are not the words of a confident champion. Those are the words of someone who knows the competition has caught up, maybe even surpassed them. The 2026 regulations are the biggest change Formula One has seen in over a decade. Sustainable fuel, massively increased electric power, completely new aerodynamic rules. This is a total reset of the sport. And here's the scary part for Red Bull. They built their recent dominance on understanding the current regulations better than anyone else. But these new rules, they're a complete unknown. It's a level playing field. Ferrari has been working on the 2026 project for years. Mercedes has unlimited resources. McLaren has momentum and arguably the best driver pairing with Norris and Piastri. And Red Bull? They're admitting they're behind. Verstappen's comparison to Formula E on steroids isn't just a complaint. It's a warning. He's telling us the DNA of Formula One is being diluted. And that brings us to the elephant in the room. Is Max Verstappen really going to retire? He's hinted at it multiple times. He said his future depends on the feeling of enjoyment. If he doesn't find joy in the 2026 cars, and Red Bull is saying his enjoyment doesn't matter, then what happens next? Can you imagine Formula One without Max Verstappen, the most dominant driver of this era, potentially walking away at his peak? It would be like Michael Jordan retiring after a three-peat, and he did that. Who replaces him at Red Bull? Isaac Hadjar? Liam Lawson? Or does Red Bull make a massive move for Charles Leclerc, or even try to bring Daniel Ricciardo back? The domino effect would be insane. Here's what we know for sure. Max Verstappen is unhappy with the direction of Formula One. Red Bull has said they don't care about his happiness. They care about winning. The team admits it's behind Ferrari, Mercedes, and McLaren. And the 2026 season is shaping up to be the most unpredictable battle we've seen in years. The era of Red Bull dominance might be over, and the man who delivered 4 titles could be walking away right when they need him most. So here's my question for you. If Max Verstappen retires because of the 2026 regulation, will he go down in history as one of the greats who left on top, or as the champion who walked away when things got tough? And more importantly, can Red Bull survive without him? Drop your answers below. This is about to get heated. I'll see you in the comments.